What's happening, people? Welcome back to another episode of Red Divided. Myself, Tommy.
You got it here.
And we have Yemi here, special guest, but it's not really a special guest, really. He's a friend of the pod. Where you came, bro?
I'm good, man. Thanks for inviting me.
How you? All
right.
good, all good.
Listen, I'm on cloud 9. Can't complain.
I can tell you didn't have to wear the hoodie. I think
Listen, I was only trying to keep it subtle today.
That's the only clothes he has. Is Arsenal. Everything is Arsenal now.
super fan, bro. If anyone knows you or follow you on social media, bloody yo, they'll know how much of a super fan you are, bro. Sometimes I even want to mute you on social media, boy. But yeah, no. Thanks for coming in today. Obviously, as everyone can see, Hammer's not here today. Send him a message. Everyone, is his birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, big 45th. He may look young, but the boy's old. The man's old, shall I say.
Enjoying life.
It's currently
young at heart.
Young at heart. It's currently out of the country. I'm not going to give away where is that.
Before his fans try and track him down.
Well, enjoy, bro. And we'll see you back next week. Cool. Firstly, people, if you can, please subscribe to the channel, share this with friends or family, and all the good stuff. We still need to get our followers up. So, to be fair, we have been taking a lot of breaks this year, but I think we need it. But last week, the reason why we took a break was we thought Nigeria was going to win the African Nations Cup. But you know what? God said no, because if Nigeria won that African Nation Cup, they will hate Nigeria. It was Nigeria against the world going into that final.
Literally.
It was literally Nigeria against the world.
You guys were doing too much on the socials, man.
Yeah, no.
God said no.
God said no. Like, if I think me and Adi were talking about Nigeria wins it, people will question whether there's God or not.
Bro.
That's how bad it is. Bro, we were terrible, bro. We were trolling. Even countries that we weren't playing.
We trolled.
Our ego's ridiculous, bro. It's just mad.
It's mad. And they were just too good to be true on that Sunday. Arsenal won. United won.
I would have had to leave because you know what?
Bro.
You know what, yeah? I'd already messaged you when Arsenal won 16. I was like, we're in trouble. Then you now add Nigeria winning. The Nigerian Arsenal fans, you'd have had to delete the world. Just send asteroid. Let's just reset. Flood.
Did you not see? I was
reset.
like, part 1 is done.
Bro.
Nigeria,
Just reset.
No, bro. The world was against us. Let's be honest. Everyone was waiting for it because the trolling we did throughout that tournament. But I can't I enjoyed every single moment. All the way to the final, obviously. Yeah, I didn't even expect us to get to the final. I'll be honest with you. I didn't expect it, but we made it there. Ivory Coast deserved to win it. And I didn't actually mind Ivory Coast beating us. I didn't want no one else apart from Ivory Coast. I didn't want Congo to beat us before they started dancing. just moving their hips in the fight. I didn't want them to beat us. I didn't want Cameroon to beat us. South Africa, I didn't want South Africa because we enjoyed every single victory, bro. Even South Africa, as soon as that game finished,
South Africa was the
most
enjoyable one.
Just Amapiano was everywhere. Everywhere. Someone said, there was this show I was watching on YouTube. It's on Instagram as well. This guy said, what haven't we done for them? We gave Mandela refuge when he needed it. The women were crying for help. We send our men. No, we are trolls, Nigerians, but I can't lie. But as a Nigerian, I enjoyed it. I wouldn't have it any other way. 100. But as we said, this just proves that there's a God because the world would have been till today.
Disarray, man.
Disarray. So yeah, we took a break. I know we didn't announce it. We genuinely thought we was going to win. So that's the reason why we didn't jump on. But we're back anyway. We've got a few bits to catch up on. There's only one place to start really because Arsenal has been treating everyone like kids. You've really been spanking teams post. I know there was a lot of noise before the Christmas break about you guys not scoring goals, about needing a striker, shouting we needed to sign Tony in January.
That's always the situation, bro.
And at the moment you just can't stop scoring. It's just ridiculous the amount of goals and even the goal difference. I think that's what
we've caught up now.
Yeah, you caught up. Yeah. I think Liverpool scored one more than you, but you conceded less goal than everyone else. But obviously City still got their game in hand. But yeah, what are you saying about your boys?
Boy, I'm on cloud 9. Like I said, it's one of those ones where I think I'll just say let's just go to Dubai more often because I don't know what they did in Dubai, but clearly that's worked. I'm happy because like Saka's back on form.
Yeah.
Odegaard is back on form. Havertz is even scoring. Obviously, I was part of the people that had my doubts at the beginning of the season, but most Arsenal fans did. And the goals are getting shared. Like Trossard is looking like a different player as well. But we're just playing good football. Like it just looks like we're more free flowing. I think Arteta said like prior to the winter break that it's like we had a psychological block, but it looks like they went to Dubai and they just sort of, I don't know what they were inhaling in Dubai, but
They had some uncles spend money on them.
telling
Yeah. Some uncles took them for dinner.
pay me the money. Because
They got flued out.
I'm telling you, boy, that Arab money was
Flued flowed.
because now they just came back. They just look like a different team because I'm just loving it, man. I'm not gonna lie. The boys are playing well. We're keeping clean sheets, which is another important factor. Yeah, like I'm just happy, man.
Cool.
Long may you continue.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into like yesterday's game. So obviously 5-0. What the form you was in, I don't think there was ever any doubt that you was going to beat Burnley anyway. But did you think it was going to be 5?
No, I actually predicted 3-0.
Okay.
I think all over social, some people were like they were quite hesitant because sometimes like you're playing so well, but then you play there's always like a bogey team kind of like, or you play against like these teams that have nothing to play for. I mean, let's be real, Burnley are getting relegated, and it's like they're playing at home. They're just gonna sort of come out. But I was predicting 3-0. I thought, yeah, we're gonna get 3-0, but 5, I'll take it, man.
Yeah.
I ain't complaining.
I heard that. There wasn't much in the game. Is there anything on the game, Addy, that you want to touch on?
No, it's just easy. It was easy. Like it was easy.
Yeah, it was easy.
It was.
I mean, to score the first goal in the fourth minute.
No,
he just
easy.
set the scene. Do you know what I mean?
The fact that you guys didn't score more than 5 is even embarrassing. It was,
You know
it
what?
was
I'm not gonna
easy.
lie. I thought it was gonna get another 6, then 7.
Yeah, it was
we missed a few
easy.
chances. Like Trossard could have scored a couple, but nah, I'm not complaining, man.
Yeah,
Well-
Burnley needs to go. They're quick.
Yeah. What you in terms of like Trossard playing that false 9? What do you think?
At the moment, it's working.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, when something is working, everyone's happy in it. Until it's not working, then you now start reassessing the situation. Like, do we still need a striker? Personally, we still need a striker. Let's not get gassed because we're scoring like bare goals every game. We definitely need a striker to give us sort of a different dimension up front. But I think a lot of the time, Trossard is not always a number 9. He's sort of interchanging with like Havertz and Martinelli and Saka, which is good to see, which is confusing a lot of defenders right now. So
Yeah.
I'm happy, man. Trossard, let him keep going. Defo.
Just quickly, while we're on the striker topic, who's your preferred choice? I know we spoke to Ham about this.
Yeah.
And if he has to go out and pick someone out there, it will be Isak. Who's your preferred choice?
Well, right now,
Yeah.
definitely not Tony. I don't know why. I
Oh,
think it's
wow.
because of the age
Okay.
for me.
Well, it's 27 though. That's a good
but
age.
Because of our age profile, for me, I kind of want someone slightly younger.
You like children.
Yes, now. we can nurture them. We can nurture them.
The yes, no is no.
No, but because I would have gone with someone like age profile of like Rasmus Højlund.
Not even that's too young. Like when you're
You just want a striker. You
But
want a good
what I'm trying to
striker.
say is
Whether
the
it's-
reason why I'm saying that because it's like you've already got a great age group, yeah. Like in terms of like the average age is good already. You do need experience around the pitch as well. You don't want it to be too young, especially a goal scorer, because especially like a goal scorer, you don't want someone that is conscious all the time about scoring. You want someone that is been there, can score all
and
different
who's
times.
there in that age bracket that you want?
I can think off the top of my head right
who's,
now.
who's actually there?
Oh, it's a tough one. Right now, off the top of my head, yeah, I think I'll probably have to go Isak. I think he's probably the
Because
closest
if you want
one.
children, how many children are there that you can just
He's
pick up
probably,
from the
he's
streets?
probably the closest one. But the problem I have with Isak is his injury record. That's the only issue I have with him.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about experience, then it's going to have to be potentially be Tony. For me, obviously, there's been talks about Osimhen. I don't think, obviously, he's not worth 100 mil, personally. But at the same time, it's like he scores goals, but he also misses a lot of
He's
chances.
a bulldozer as well. He's not going to be pretty like the way you guys play pretty football. He's going to be a
So I
bull-
think
yeah.
the only person that will probably fit our system right now is probably Isak or Tony. But I think with Tony's situation,
Even
if
if
we can
that-
get him for
even-
like 50 mil in the summer, I'll take it. And I think the likelihood is, I mean, in the summer when he's only got a year left on his contract, 50 mil, I think Brentford should just happily take it.
And when Tony comes, does it change how you play football? Because he's not dynamic. He's not as dynamic as
He's
number
not as-
9.
yeah,
He
that's
doesn't
what I'm
fit
saying.
into
He's
your
not-
your
And that's
play.
why,
So
like, my first choice is not Tony. That's what I was saying. Like, it
yeah,
doesn't-
because
What do you mean it's not dynamic? What can he? What would he not be able to do? Like, what do you mean when they're interchanging
No, so I'm
positions?
thinking about the agility and stuff like that. So
like, yeah.
he's like okay, dynamic in terms of his agility. Their play is very different. So when I think of someone, I think of someone like Isaac, like someone that when you think of them, you think of maybe actually a wing player
Okay.
that can play in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
center,
yeah.
Yeah, I
that
get
has
what you
that like
Yeah.
athleticism, like Henry,
Yeah, I get
that
what you
type
mean.
of player.
Yeah, yeah.
But Tony's pretty much a number
Out and
9
out,
in it,
yeah.
out and out
Out
number,
striker,
yeah,
yeah.
out and out striker. So it's going to be different. The way his feet are, the way you need to put balls into the box, it's going to change your play slightly.
Yeah.
Because I think
yeah.
for you personally, unless you have someone like Saka that's doing a heavy load and is willing to, Saka is ready to score 20, 25, doing like a Salah statistic,
Yeah.
then you need your striker to even get to at least 20.
Yeah.
If Saka's not doing at least 20, 25, and Martinelli's not doing 15 to 20, just you need someone that can get 20.
Yeah.
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
I feel like you get a young striker that you want. Obviously, there's no one out there. You're probably going to go through the same process that we went through with Rasmus,
Yeah. Yeah. yeah.
where it might take a while to sell. But do you need that?
No.
Have you got time for that?
You have time for it.
Yeah.
If you're up in a level, you don't
Yeah.
have that time.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just think does your football change? Because having a front three, yeah, it changes. Like you might have a striker that their output's higher, but then your wingers' effectiveness change because you need to
100%,
put different
yeah.
balls into the box, or you can't just be driving into the box anymore. Then you bypass him. So what's the point of having him? So I think there's a lot to consider. Obviously, the managers are professional. They've got professional coaches. They know how the player would fit in or won't fit in, and might have to go for someone else. So
Yeah.
you have to trust them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even thinking of Tony, I think Isak probably will be the perfect fit. Thinking of Tony, I think Tony sometimes might even slow your game
I
down.
think yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tony is just likes a lot. He likes to feel the ball, a lot of touches, drop deep. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
The dropping deep will probably help like the wingers, but it will slow it down.
The
I
pace
think.
of your play,
Yeah.
that's so that's why I think it changes. I think
Yeah.
Dynamics,
it
yeah.
does change the dynamics.
Yeah.
And you know what? As fans, we love to just reel off names.
This is it.
Like
This
at
is
the
it.
end of the day, it's the coaches and the manager that have seen these players. They've looked at their stats, they know their attributes, and say, actually, this guy will fit into the team. But we just like to, as fans, we just call names anyway, regardless.
Because it's
So,
funny you say Isak, because I remember before he went to Newcastle, there were speculations, obviously.
Yeah,
Arsenal
yeah,
were
yeah.
Looking at him and stuff like that, but he went to Newcastle, but
Yeah.
he would definitely fit in.
So that's the problem with like the big teams at times. They'd rather see someone else get them and see what they can do before they
cement that they're gonna score goals.
score goals. So like we always big teams sometimes are a bit hesitant to go for them and risk getting those kind of players, especially with the money that they're valued for. Until they see it elsewhere, then I think, oh, you know what, we can go now. But yeah, look, that's an interesting one for the summer. But obviously for now, you're still competing for the league. I know a few weeks ago, before Christmas break, Arsenal fans were losing hope.
What, of the league?
Yeah, they were losing hope. There was a few noise. Don't try and lie that you wasn't losing hope. Don't try and lie that.
Don't mind them.
Don't try and lie that you wasn't losing hope.
What noise was you talking
No,
about?
you guys
Like
were cussing the team a lot.
They was cussing
more.
the teams,
Like-
worried about not scoring, saying that we need to get a striker in January, that we're not scoring. Those kind of noise.
Yeah.
And then ultimately what you guys were initiating is that, I don't think we're going to win the league because
Yeah.
KDB's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Liverpool looks strong. So those are the kind of noise you
Yeah,
was
yeah,
making.
yeah.
We're not going to win the league. But obviously that's totally changed. That's one thing about football fans, isn't it?
Short-sighted.
Oh, yeah,
Short-sighted is what.
Short-sighted, yeah.
1 week we can't win something.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, nothing has changed. You've
It's-
still got the
it's
same
very
team.
short-sighted.
Not much has changed. And then obviously there's a lot of hope now. So where do you stand? Did you lose hope? Just be honest. Did you lose hope?
No, it wasn't so much I lost hope. It was just like, why are we not scoring? I think that's what it was. It's like, what's going on with these players? Like, the capability of the players, and they can score goals because they've done it before.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was more of a case of what is going on. Like, why are we not playing well? We were playing well. The only game that I could have said we didn't play well and we were shit was Fulham.
Yeah, that's
Fulham.
that's the one.
But all the other games we played well, but we just couldn't score. We were having chances, like having 20 odd shots per game. We just couldn't put it into the net. And that's when obviously the whole striker thing was like, we must definitely get a striker in January. But for me, it was more of a case of, we just need to start scoring. So ultimately, like you said, Man City, they were just being Man City. Liverpool were on the up again. And you're just thinking, if you don't start scoring and winning games, you're going to start falling back. So I think it would be foolish for no one to be like, yeah, we're losing the league like at that point in time.
Yeah.
So, because if you look at all the other games apart from Fulham, we probably will be up there. We probably could be first, a couple of points ahead of Manchester City.
You're right in the mix. You're right in the mix. There's no gap. Like, you're right in the mix, right? So there's nothing's gone wrong. But as you say, football is very short-sighted. Like, it was a few seasons ago, Aguero's final season, that I realised football's just done. Like, one week they'll say he's over, he's done. Next week they'll say he's the greatest ever. And I was, when you take a step back and like, no, we actually have a problem. Yeah. The problem is because the media's out there all the time. Everything needs to be a headline, so everything needs to be very dramatic. So it's where we are. Like, you guys are firmly in the picture, and it looks like you're about. So
long way to continue.
Gives you a couple of weeks again, and then all
this
hell
is it, and it changes so quickly. That's football, isn't it?
It
changes.
does. Just moving on. Obviously, you got Porto. Or is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I'm not
Wednesday.
Sure. Wednesday. You would know it. You're.
We don't watch Champions League. So,
super fan. What are your chances in the Champions League? First, let's just start with Porto.
Porto is going to be hard away.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. Like, Porto are going to be hard. Like, but I think what's good for us is because we're going into in a good form. Like, was it 5 win now on a bounce, and scoring freely. So, but I think Porto, if we can get an away win, maybe like a 1-0 or 2-0, and bring it back to the Emirates, I think then we can definitely get through. But that away fixture is not easy.
Cool. And what do you think with Porto?
I think it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Porto's been playing quite well. They've got form on their side, but they haven't played a team like Arsenal recently. Okay. So I expect Arsenal to come away with a draw, or maybe even win.
Away from home.
Yeah, maybe even win. Like, I don't think they're on the same level.
Okay.
I don't think they're on the same level. So ultimately, over the course of the 2 games, I expect Arsenal to go through.
Cool. Just lastly on Arsenal, what does success look like for you this season? So as a fan, what would you be happy with? Because obviously you're out of the League Cup, out of the FA Cup, so you're playing for the League and Champions League. So what does success look like for you?
We've got to win one of them.
Really?
Yeah, that's for me. I think the reason why I'm saying is I think the team are at a place where we're almost fully built, like in terms of the rebuild since Arteta took over. So I think we're at a stage now where we need to start winning trophies. Like, it's not a case of trust the process or we're still rebuilding. It's just literally a couple of more, like, get a striker, get another defender, a couple of more wingers, and you're pretty much there. So now, obviously, we're challenging. Now, for me anyway, success for me is, if you're not winning the Champions League, go full out for the Premier League. Either or. So I wouldn't say put all your egg in one basket, but challenge for all fronts.
Cool.
Got to win a title, man.
Yeah, no,
because otherwise people now start saying, "Oh, Arteta has been there 4 or 5 years."
Quick.
Do you know what I mean?
Quick.
And it's so quick because
but you're always like, as football's reactionary now, so you're always gonna get noise regardless. It doesn't matter whether like it's what people are saying is practical or not. People are just gonna make noise. Personally, obviously, where Arteta has gotten you, I don't think it's all a bust at the moment in the season.
not right now.
Yeah.
I think let's say if we fall off towards the end of the season, especially in the Premier League, like dramatically like we did last season, everyone's going to be thinking, oh, here we go again, bottlers and all that crap. But if we push City and Liverpool right to the end and we still don't win the league, everyone's like, okay, we'll go again next season.
No. Some people will say he's not the man to get us over the line.
Yeah. People are saying that already.
Yeah. Which is
a lot of people have said, a lot of pundits have said it. Like, it's taking them as far as they can go. I don't believe in
Why is that so quick to say? Like,
I don't
you need
believe
to,
that.
like, United. Ferguson didn't win the league with us for years, absolute years, and it's something that's a process, right? Like when Arteta got to Arsenal, the standard was low. Like you were
Yeah.
basic team, basic mid top table, like,
Like
mid team. Like we have to be honest, like
Literally, no, you're right.
What
100%.
7th, 8th? Like that's the type of team you were, and this guy has gotten you to a point where you're competing. Sometimes it's like, and you need to understand that you're competing with Liverpool, Man City, levels that you've never competed with before ever. So to get to that standard, it can't just take 1, 2, 3 years.
No.
You have to keep turning because they're gonna improve.
100%.
But yeah, but football is what it is now. So if at the end of the season you feel as if he's not the man to cross over the line, I hope you sack him. Hope you get Mourinho or somebody. Maybe he'll be the man because everyone's quick. Everyone's very quick.
Nah, I wouldn't be quick to say get rid of Arteta. Nah.
And especially where you can see a plan. So obviously, like with United, obviously when we have our issues, we've never really been saying Ten Hag out from the get-go. But we're not seeing anything. But you are seeing progress.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the ultimate thing is that you need to see that you're moving in the right direction.
100%.
If you're not seeing it, that's where the issue comes.
100%. Because if you look at it, like when Liverpool were pushing Man City a few years back, they were getting 99 points. 98.
Nobody's complaining about Klopp then.
No, exactly.
Nobody's complaining.
So I think, like, obviously, like we already mentioned, football's reactionary.
Well, you need a little bit of a trophy. A little bit.
We need. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
you need a little bit of a
football
trophy.
is based on trophy. Like how many trophies you've won.
Even a
You
little
can't-
League Cup, FA Cup
That's what
might
I'm
keep them
saying.
quiet for another season. But you can't go, oh, we're rebuilding. We're going to win the league in another 4 years,
No.
but not win anything in between.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll be an issue.
That's why I
so-
thought, oh, if we had pushed on the FA Cup this year, we could have maybe been like, okay, at least if we won the FA Cup. That's why I'm like, you need a trophy. You can't keep going without a trophy.
Yeah, no, I get that. But yeah, look, it's still a long way to go this season anyway. And initially, I was of the thought that probably won't be able to win the Champions League. But I look at who's left in the Champions League and thinking, why not? Like
What,
who's
it's Arsenal?
Yeah.
Why
Initially,
not?
I thought, no, they can't win it. But now I look at it, I'm like, why not? Who's left?
Why
Apart
not?
from like Man City and Real Madrid. Don't get me wrong, any team
Bayern.
can.
No,
Not what
they're
Bayern's
not-
at the moment,
They're
no.
not buying. And to be honest,
Right now, that's right now though.
yeah, but
it
what's
can
going
change in a week or
it
two.
It could change.
Oh, let's see if there's changed manager.
Yeah,
That's the only way I
and,
see it.
and that's what I'm saying.
No,
and
but
that can happen.
and that's the point I was going to check. Don't get me wrong. Like when you get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League,
But we can draw against
anyone
Man
could.
City.
No, true. But are
point
buying a
like-
better team? They don't play better football, do you?
What I'm saying is, you get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. I'm not saying they can't beat you, but anyone can win it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to go and win it, but I'm just saying anyone can win it.
You're
you
even
get
within a chance to win.
exactly,
It. Yeah,
pretty much.
I even think, in reality, it's harder in 2 legs, right? Anyone can win it, but it's harder in 2 legs. If you're still playing these teams that are at your level or below you, you keep going, and then you play a team that's better than you in a final. A final's a one-off game. Anything can happen.
That's right.
In reality, Bayern are not playing better football than you. They may say, okay, when we drop it man for man, maybe they've got a better team than you, but they're not playing better football than you. So, and ultimately, we know in this day and age, football wins.
Yeah.
Football wins. It's not personnel that wins. It's football. So I can't see a reason why not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are teams that can line your way through. PSV and Dortmund are playing each other.
Yeah.
I expect you guys to beat either one of those, right? Then Napoli and Barcelona. I'm not gonna lie. I expect you to beat both of those teams. With the way they are now, you beat both of those teams. So
Yeah.
ultimately, there are teams along the way that if you get, shouldn't even be an issue. But football's football. See how it goes.
This is it.
Yeah, so, look, it can go either way anyway. So if you look at it right now, then you only see like Man City ahead of everyone. Even Real Madrid are good, but they don't have any defenders. Their defenders got a lot of the defenders got long-term injuries, so they're having to play to many centre back. Thingy, what's the right back? Carvalho centre back. So they're struggling with the defenders again, injuries in the wrong places. So anything can happen, and same thing with the Premier League. You're all it takes is Man City or Liverpool to lose one game, and you're on top of the league. It's as simple as that. So as long as you stay among that pack, then you'll be
Just
fine.
Keep winning your games and see what happens.
Yeah, no, that's
it.
it. That's it. Cool. Anything else on your boys? You guys are doing well, so I don't really like to talk too much.
My boy Saka's back on the goal scoring.
Yeah. No, he is, to be fair, he's doing well for me on fantasy, so I can't complain. Do you have him on fantasy, Addy?
I take that as a no.
I think
that's a no.
Oh, yeah, are you doing better than Addy on fantasy at the moment?
When Haaland gets injured, minute 1 of the next game, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna laugh. So be saying your things.
Yeah, triple captain.
Be saying your things. Don't worry. When he gets injured, minute 1 or red card, even better. So
I can't lie. Triple captain. Yeah.
Well, you're flying though.
We're trying.
You know.
We see where we get at the end of the season. It's normally me and my Ade competing for, but this season he wants to shame us.
Don't worry. When I'm flying high, don't say anything. But people just want to be casting me now. Don't worry. It's my fault.
I think one good thing about Arsenal, though, we're not talking about the goalkeeper situation anymore. So
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but that's what winning does, really. When you're winning, you don't really. Only when you're not getting the result you want, then obviously fans,
start picking faults.
Pundits will start to scrutinize exactly what's going wrong.
Yeah.
But if you're winning, it's easy to overlook. Not saying that it's fixed, but you can easily overlook it.
Yeah.
It's only when you start to lose games or he makes a mistake, whatever it is, if it's a crucial point during the season. Like when you're winning, you don't think about it. Someone could be playing like dog shit right now, but you're scoring 5-6 goals, but no one ever looks at that.
No.
So that's just how football is. People don't look outside the box. Everyone's just caught up in the moment. So, but it is good for you, for us. And I think it's clear as daylight now that Aaron is second choice. So I think he's made that clear. You don't start games anymore. So. But I think that's what's more important. Rather than saying they're both competing, just say this guy's first choice, he's second choice, and we move on. People might not like it, but you
accept it and move on.
Accept it, and you're the manager. Really, there's obviously it's clearly something that you're seeing that we're not seeing. So it's totally fine. All right, cool. We'll move on to United in a bit. Ever since you've been away, Ade, the boys seems to be winning.
Yeah, bro. I went to speak to them. Had a meeting with them. I was like, fix up.
And obviously, look, to be honest, it's still not where you want to be, but the performance has been a lot better than what we was witnessing before the Christmas.
Similar to us.
Yeah, it's been better. Still gains, still
it's
quite
not mad difference.
Mad difference, yeah.
It's funny how wins, wins change your perception of a game.
100%.
But actually, it's not mad different.
It's not mad different. The only thing different for me is that we're creating more chances. Before we weren't creating chances,
scoring as well,
and we're scoring.
Because before we were actually creating chances, but not scoring.
Yeah, but the chances we're creating weren't good enough. That it was just
no. But there were some that it's because they were destroyed before a shot got popped off. But it was already created. It's like the champion. I think there was a Champions League game one time where we had like 6-7 times where it will hit someone's shin. But if it hadn't hit a shin, we would have said that's a chance.
Yeah.
On the expected goal, they would have used that to calculate. But because it hit off their shin or they didn't control it,
it's not.
It now didn't become a chance. But all of those stuffs, like those things are reducing. So that's why it's now seeming a lot more.
Yeah.
But we're controlling things a bit better. We're shooting more. We're scoring goals, which, I'll take. We've got points.
Yeah, so look, and obviously, as you said, the 4 Lions are scoring. Ireland is scoring more goals. But defensive, we're still quite vulnerable at the back anyway. You're never comfortable when we're winning 1-0 or 2-0. Either way, you always feel like
doesn't make a difference, bro.
Doesn't make a difference.
Who came back from us? Newton County? Who did we play that time? Newport.
Oh, Newport.
Yeah. 2-0 up against Newport.
Yeah. Same thing against Wolves, 2-0 up. Came back.
Yeah.
So, we're still quite vulnerable. Hopefully it's a position that we go into the summer to fix.
What, your defence?
It's not just that.
I fall back to the midfield. It's
just also the. I was gonna.
Midfield is so open. That's what allows them to get to the defence, right? So that's what my personal view is.
Yeah, I do think the midfield is also a problem because it's not as open as it used to be. It's a bit more tight because we're using 2 anchors now. We're using Maino and Casemiro. Well, prior to the injuries, I don't think anyone knew where they were supposed to be. There was like no cohesion between all three midfielders. Everyone was all over the place. But it's a bit more balanced. And obviously what recent weeks also prove is that we need our best players available. This guy can't do anything if his best players are not available.
But who's different though? Like, who's actually different?
All of them's different.
Hoyland's been playing. Garnacho's been playing.
Yeah.
Rashford's been playing.
Fernandes.
But then it's
Fernandes
having
will be playing.
but then it's having all of them in the same team in
So
terms of like
we need all 11.
no,
Wow.
not all. I mean like
So that's what we're saying.
no, but I'm
basically.
saying it's all based on individual brilliance for United. It only takes one person's. Okay, one is all. It's all an element of different things that's making us that we're winning games now. One, there's more players available at its disposal. Secondly, like the first couple of games, having Martinez at the back, having better control, someone being able to actually pass the ball rather than pass it side to side, because what our defenders normally do side to side, side to side. Better control, especially like in the Wolves game, for example, when we went 2-0 ahead, we're building up from the back. We haven't been able to do that for so long. We controlled the first half, create so much chances. Although we're not doing that now.
Yeah.
So obviously with Martinez out of the team, 2 games on after that, we didn't do that in the last 2 games. But it gives us better control. So he's now gone. But then what's happened is the forward line have now got a bit more confidence. So there's still like it's not perfect, but it still makes a difference to what we're doing now. I'm not saying the team is great. We're gonna go and do something, but it's different. We've got Man City in a couple of weeks. Only got even Fulham.
Well.
Forget even Man City. Even Fulham. Anything can happen.
It's your next game. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's our next game. So anything can happen. Just knowing what United is like. So look, that's my own personal perspective on what I think the wins. And obviously, I think most importantly, Oiling scoring goals in it. It's just the boys just got confidence now, and that's the difference, right? When you have confidence, when you don't have confidence, chances that he might probably would have had the same chances previously, and he might lashed at it, lack composure, whatever it is. Do you know what I
He's
mean?
not confidence on the ball.
Confidence is a big
it's
thing.
massive.
Because a lot of the goals he scored are just a couple of touches, right? It's not like he's running through like Henry.
Yeah.
It's just and that's what happens sometimes when you're confident and it's going in. It just continues to go in, and that's what you need. So, like as we said, he's not a terrible striker, but when we bought him, he was just never the finished article, and he's still not the finished article. Because some people will say, "Now he scored 6 and 7." Like,
No.
yeah, we love to do that, but he's still he's on a journey and he's moving in the right direction. And that's what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is pretty much it really with us. In terms of like today's game, what's your thoughts on today's game, man?
It was an entertaining game, in all honesty. As we say, we're still actually a counter-attacking team.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
facts.
100%.
So we are still, as Ham would like to call it, Ole 2.0. So, like, at the end of the day, because I know we're going to come and say we're doing better and then we'll forget the shortfallings of the past. But we're still not controlling games.
No.
We're still a counter-attacking team. We are still letting lots of shots against us. And as much as we are scoring, we scored 2 goals today. How many chances did we have?
You had about.
You put Arsenal, Man City in those exact same chances that we had, or Liverpool. They leave that game with 5 goals.
These are clear chances.
I
Like,
know.
chances.
It's
I saw it,
ridiculous.
So you
Yeah.
get me? They leave with 5, 6 goals. We left with 2. So it's those things that still show that,
That's
we're
true,
picking up points, but I don't want it to get blinded that the problems aren't there anymore. But we're scoring enough to get us through. It's like the Real Madrids of the past. We can see 3, we score 4. It's just that we're lucky now that we're scoring enough to get off over the line. But I thought it was an enjoyable game. High respect for Luton. High respect for Luton. I would love if they can stay up, but if they don't, it is what it is. But yeah, I love the fact that they come out and to test everyone.
They played well.
They
Like,
played
Luton
well.
played well.
Yeah, I've said it a few times that they've only lost by more than 1 goal. I think 3 times
I
this
know, it's
season.
mad, isn't it? Yeah,
3 times this
yeah.
season, which is crazy. So
Like,
yeah,
especially against all the big teams as
look at
well.
all the big
like-
teams they're playing. They're playing big teams that have more money. Some of the players have more money than the whole of Luton, the whole
Literally.
club,
Yeah, yeah.
factually.
But the energy
Yeah.
rate is just mad.
They're doing what
Like,
they need to do, but it's nice to see us create that many chances. Like obviously, it's nicer if they went into the back of the net, but it's nice to see them be creative. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Because before it was a situation where we're even getting the shots off now. As I said with that game that I highlighted, was that we weren't even able to get the shot off because it would hit someone's shin. They weren't controlling it properly. But now we're at least getting the shots off, even if they're rubbish or they're being blocked. Like we're getting the shots off. So it's a step in the right direction. Yeah, hopefully it can carry on. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I totally agree as well and this is why not much has changed with United for me. As you said, like, yes, we are winning, but nothing has changed because we're not controlling games that you should be controlling, especially like when you got 2-0 up in a game. This is not the first time against Newport, Wolves.
We've done it more times. If we were to sit down and start thinking, we can at least say 6 times this season when we've gone up by 2 goals and have conceded the lead.
Yeah, it's
at least 6 times.
Yeah, and
it's mad.
When you don't have control over a game, you're always going to be vulnerable. You're always going to be chance for the other team, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, obviously, we're judging United for what they are now, but if we want to be where, like, competing for the league or like the likes of Arsenal and so forth, you have to learn how to control these games. You can't just be like making 2-3 passes and all of a sudden looking for someone. Like build up play, let everyone touch the ball. And obviously going back to Martinez, this is why I felt like he made a difference. When I watched the 2 games he was able to play, he wanted the ball, he got involved. You know what I mean? Passing, moving around, because he's someone there that we can give it to and he can play it with us. He's not someone that...
We're always going to be better with Martinez, 100%. That's 100%.
So he definitely... Him going and then Luke Shaw, that left side, I don't know what's wrong with Luke Shaw. He's can't finish.
Again, isn't it?
Yeah, he came off again today. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I missed that part.
First half, right?
Yeah, he came off.
In the first half, like 38 minutes.
38 minutes. And Maguire came off as well, so...
But that was half time. That was tactical.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that was tactical because he was on a yellow card.
Okay.
So he took off Maguire and Casemiro at half time because they were both on yellow cards.
Yeah.
And brought on Evans and...
Luke Shaw was on the yellow as well. Maybe that's why he took him off. But that's stupid, though. You're going to take everyone off on the yellow. Maybe Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw was injured.
Injured, okay.
Maguire and Casemiro was tactical because I'm surprised.
Yeah, Casemiro would have gone sent off.
He should have
gone sent off.
Yeah. No, fair enough. But yeah, well, we just need to control game better, man. We need someone in the midfield that likes the ball, likes to build up play.
Who would you go for?
We're not going to get Frankie, but
he might be available in the summer.
I just don't.
He's disrespected us so much. I don't even want to see him.
Yeah, I don't want to go through that process with him no more.
Did he actually say he didn't want to come United? He just wanted.
But if he wanted to leave, if he wanted to leave, he'd leave, man. It's just I don't think he really.
They owed him money.
I don't play. Yeah,
they owed him money.
Whatever, man. We give you that money. What we waste money on anything. If you want the money, we'll give you the money.
You ain't doing that no more.
No, but back then we would have done it. Back then we were. Back then we would have done it.
Yeah, I just want a deep line playing.
So who like off the top of your head?
So at the moment, it's Frankie that I can think of. I'm trying to think of any. Like, there's always gonna be someone out there. It's just whether I know them or not. There's always gonna be that type of player.
Like your team, because clearly, like, do you guys think you have a playing style? Because you said you're still a counter and attack team. Because if you want someone to control that midfield,
that's why I think the manager's gonna go, and that's the point I was leading to.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go.
Yeah, I think I honestly I'll be surprised if they keep him.
I would think that's unless he's unless he has a boyfriend.
I'm shocked.
Unless he has a boyfriend up there. No,
I'm telling you now, I'll be shocked if they keep him. I'm just being serious.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised.
I'll be coming.
Yeah, I'll be very surprised if they keep him.
Would you guys want him to go?
I'm cool with him going.
I'm cool with him going. I'll be honest with you, I'm cool with him going.
And who would you get in?
I don't really mind, but I just want a good. I want us to say.
No, but that's the problem. We say who's available on the basis that we go after names, right? You're going on the basis that who's a name.
Like, who's an up and coming manager now that you can be like, apart from Alonso that's up and coming. Up and coming because
who's the sporting manager? Is it
I think they're
Amorim or something like that? He's showing good signs as well. So that's the thing. Like, my view is there are a lot of managers out there that can play ball. That can play ball. The Ipswich manager. I'm not saying he should come to United, but he's got ability. He shows he's got ability. There are managers out there. Forget.
Would you go for a De Zerbi?
I wouldn't mind De Zerbi. But I think
Here's what it is. He's a bit too rock and roll for me. I'm
that's
not
what
going to
I
lie
was
to
about
you.
say.
Like, we are not stable.
I just think it's a bit too erratic for me.
So
personally,
he might work in Liverpool where they're used to that fast pace. Bro, we will concede 4,000 goals a season. Like, the thing is, we have to remember that whichever manager we bring in still has the players that are there.
Right.
You now bring that Brighton football to the players that we have where we are, it's a problem. It's a problem. They're not tuned into that. So obviously, like, I've gone from names, players, all of that. I don't care about names no more. Bring me as the brand that can do the shit.
Right.
And I'm cool.
Okay.
Don't bring me something that doesn't bang, but because it's got Gucci on it, I don't need that no more. I want to see what Brighton's done. Like, plan from top to the bottom. And the truth is, as INEOS are setting up, they're making the right moves for me. I'm not going to come and say everything's going to work, but they're making the right moves for me. They're calling the right people, bringing in the
Ashworth?
right people.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys are
Yeah,
moving
bro.
too fast for me because that's the next point.
Is
on
it?
my list.
sorry.
Yeah, so
So that's
things
the next,
are moving in the right
that's the
direction.
next, that's the next thing on my like. Look, we can sit here and talk about United, what we need in all day.
Yeah.
So that's the next thing on my list, and it's basically like the changes off the pitch, and that's what I was going to ask you, Ade. We're currently making moves now.
Making moves.
And remember,
moves.
obviously, I
Yeah,
sat
yeah.
here a couple of weeks ago, and I'll be honest, I don't want to as a fan. I don't think I should
you
get
get
any.
excited?
No, not get excited. I'm far from it. Like, United can't excite me at the
Oh,
moment.
nothing
anyway.
can. And you
They
know
can't.
me, I'm so pragmatic.
I'm dead serious now, but they can't excite me.
Yeah.
That team, bro. Like and I think I'm grown enough to know
Yeah,
this.
we're big- we're big
like, I'm a
adults
grown
now, we're
man.
big
Like
adults,
you can't
man.
do that to me. I'm not like some like.
But to be honest, there are
you're
big
not
men
new fan of the block.
that get
Yeah,
that.
no,
Yeah, they're big men that get
there's
affected by
big
that.
men
Bro,
that-
that's what I'm
yeah,
about to
no,
say,
don't
you
get me.
All that stuff, it doesn't affect me,
For
bro.
me personally, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for other.
Rio Ferdinand's getting excited, bro.
But that's
Yeah.
look, everyone can
And
get
to be honest,
excited.
I may just not be a passionate person.
Yeah.
Not just football. I may just not be that type
Yeah.
of person. Because I'm just very. You know me anyway.
Yeah.
I'm very pragmatic about
yeah.
stuff. I'm just very pragmatic.
What you're gonna
about
get
stuff.
from me is I'm gonna be hopeful, and that's what you're gonna get from me, and that's why I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. It's not so much about what they've done; it's the fact that we're gonna get change. And sometimes when you're gonna get change, doesn't mean it's gonna work, but
Yeah.
it's some sort of hope to think, okay, maybe if it does work, how do we look? Do you know what I mean? It's just hope.
And for me, I'm a very logical person. I'll use the word logical, right? So I see what they're doing and I say, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't have the hope. Yeah, I don't have any of that. But I'm saying what they've done makes sense. Because I was doubting the whole INEOS thing. But I'm like, okay, you've done that. Okay, it makes sense. You've done that. It makes sense. So it makes sense. Doesn't mean it's going to work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're doing makes sense.
I mean, they're making all
And
the
that's what
right
I'm happy
moves
with,
and
yeah.
trying to do all the changes
Yeah.
that I believe that
Yeah.
all United fans has been crying out for
So,
years.
yeah.
And this is why I say the manager doesn't stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and that's just like you make those moves doesn't align with what we get from this manager.
Yeah. So what they've done now is they're building the foundation with bricks.
Yeah.
You now aren't gonna put a layer of cards
Yeah. On top of the
in
bricks.
between the bricks. And right now, Ten Hag is a queen of diamonds and a king of diamonds. You get me? He's not that firm foundation that we need, especially when you look at the strength that they're putting in place. Ten Hag, I'm not saying he's not a bad manager. Like, I'm not gonna come here and start disparaging the manager, but he hasn't shown us in his position, because all I can base you off is what you're doing, right? If I hire you into my company and all you're doing is watching Insta and touching yourself during the workday, I can't call you and say this is a good employee. You get me? So
Oh, mate.
yeah, I can't. He hasn't covered himself in glory, but I'm not gonna say his career should be done. But yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, look, I just don't, unless which is a big if there's have some sort of conversation with him and say, okay, look, this is where we're heading. Are you able to like carry out these plans, or are you willing to change how you play? Which I doubt, bro.
That ain't happening.
It's just
no.
That's not happening.
They ask him that question. His answer is always yes.
yeah.
It's always going to be yes,
Yeah.
because the amount of times he has come to the press conference and said, we played well.
Yeah.
That nigga liar. He's a liar, right?
Yeah.
So I think the people that we're putting in place aren't play. You can't bullshit them.
Yeah.
They'll just say, nah, you're gone, because we know you can't do this. whether you tell us yes or no, we know you can't do it. So, yeah, it's a shame, but he hasn't shown us. Like, as much as Arteta might not have blown everything out of the water in his seasons there, but you can see.
Yeah.
You can see what De Zerbi's doing, even though, like, he's done well. They might not have stepped up, but you can still see. You can see, and what we need to see a pattern of play, a direction in which we're moving in, and we're not getting that for him. So that's the reason why ultimately I don't think he's going to stay.
Yeah, no, I'll be shocked if they keep him, because as I said, look, from like the plans they're making off like the pitch, he doesn't align with that. Sadly, like the thing is sometimes we're not like be logical, be practical, whatever it is. It's what you can see on the pitch is clear as daylight. It's clear, bro. Yeah. It's like even today, even when we're winning, it doesn't excite me. It doesn't excite me. It's
that's what I was gonna say.
When you can't control a game, it's just what is the point?
And when you're 2-0 up, you don't know whether you're gonna win.
How do you know? When you know, do you know what I'm saying?
Man United against Luton, and you don't know whether or not you're gonna win when you're 2-0 up.
Can you think of us battering Wolves? The first half, first 45 minutes, battering them, like chances upon chances, and then you as a fan going into that second half thinking this is not over, like, and that's like
Newports.
Do you know what I mean?
I couldn't remember their name. I couldn't even remember their name when I was trying to talk about it.
So how do you have faith in a man like that? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like it is what it is, isn't it? Like there's sometimes where you want to give people chances, and sometimes you just can't see it, and that's where I'm at. I can't see it. So
and they can't be upset
and they
with paying
don't.
Money.
And as I said with INEOS, the best thing for them is it's not our manager. We didn't bring him in. It's the easiest decision you can make. Yeah. Easy. See what I'm saying? You go with him. You have to back that. Like, why the hell did you continue, bro? It's on his last year of contract. You're not going to give him a new contract because he hasn't deserved it. 2, you're not going to go into the season knowing it is on his last year of contract and having to back him after every loss.
Oh, did he only sign a 3-year contract?
He only signed a 3-year contract. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay, it honestly doesn't make sense. Because if you give him a new contract, you're crazy.
You're crazy.
It's simple as.
Why?
The guys, no, it's like the same guys that were giving Phil Jones, Mata, new contracts.
So,
those days are gone.
You're just showing us you're no different from like the idiots that we had. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. When I thought he was crazy when they brought Evans back. And he literally
I don't think that was it.
I don't think it's
that
mad.
was it.
So
I don't.
But then he was playing Evans like.
I think because of the injuries, though, isn't it?
I think it's a combination of injuries and he's stubborn. He fights with everyone. You can see he's a very stubborn man. So I can see him fighting with a centre back that's better than Evans, and because of that, saying you're not going to play. Evans is going to play. Like, the thing is, Evans is not a bad player, but the reality is that Manchester United should not be using a Johnny Evans. So it's not that he's a bad player, but you do not expect a team with the stature of Manchester United to be having to play Johnny Evans. That's the thing.
Yeah, especially where you guys were going, like where I feel like you're trying. Obviously, you
we weren't going anywhere.
I mean, you got like a Martinez, a Varane, Onana. You're trying to build, and then you're bringing back Evans after like how many years?
And the reality is that Evans, even if we brought him back. Evans, yes, be honest, he has qualities. He's a good player. The reality is that he won the league with Leicester, being that player. He wasn't. Right. They had him right. He has the ability, but at his age, he should not be a starter for Manchester United. He should be a sub. So signing him wasn't an issue for me. It was the fact that now he's starting for us, which shouldn't be the case, especially with the options that we have. But that was whatever Ten Hag was doing and whatever his own personal issues with everyone else was. So
cool.
I hope he stays.
You want him to stay.
The thing is, Johnny Evans is not gonna. He's not gonna call.
Ten Hag.
Oh, Ten Hag. I was about to say.
At least for 1 more year.
Ten Hag.
Yeah, let him stay.
Yeah, I just think, as I said, look, logically, with 1 year left, you're not. You're not taking a manager into. It's just not right.
We don't have bare compensation to pay for 1 year. Just let him go, man.
Let him go, man. So yeah, exactly. Especially when he's and they're probably waiting for like the end of the season because they're probably thinking, okay, cool. 1 year.
How much is that?
How much is it going to be? Rather than us laying. And they probably thought, if let you go now, how we got like we still have some sort of
We
hold
still have to figure it out.
Yeah, let's just
Wait till the
wait
summer start
somehow.
fresh.
And what they're doing now is
Do the work in the
while you're
background.
still there, we're doing the work in the background, trying to put all the puzzles together. And like, look, from what the decisions are made so far, it makes sense.
No,
It makes sense. This
it'll
is
make a logical sense.
yeah. So it's just where do we go from here? So yeah, like they're really trying to convince. I feel like INEOS is really trying to prove to the fans that
Yeah.
we can do this, and especially with the 25% stake. So I think what they're trying to do is if we can win the fans over, when it is time to get the club, they will be behind us.
Yeah.
I think that's the only like thing they're trying to do. So we'll see anyway. Let's just quickly go through this week's game. Just a quick roundup of the Premier League games, and then touch on Bayern. And we've got a game for you. Yemi, super fan. I sent you a message already. I've told you, Ham sent you a message. He doesn't expect you to get anything less than, one wrong.
One, you know.
Anything less than one, you're going to be disappointed.
And if he does, holler at him on Twitter. Manny Laws. Yeah? Or what is it? That Arsenal fan. What is it? That
Arsenal guy.
That Arsenal guy.
Cool. All right, let's just round up the Premier League games. So the first one is Liverpool.
Good result for them.
Yeah, good result for Liverpool. What are you guys' thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was all right. Liverpool did what I expected them to do. Obviously, they picked up those couple of injuries, which not the greatest, but they've got Salah back, so ultimately should be, it's a good result for them. It keeps them in the pack, especially before the Carling Cup final.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tricky game, but they go for it. Easy.
All right, cool. Then we have Villa. So Villa obviously lost to us last week. They've had the last 2 to 3 weeks have been tricky for them. But back on the winning track again against Fulham. I'll be honest, I actually thought Fulham might beat them.
Yeah, especially Fulham being at home.
Yeah.
I definitely. I think I predicted a draw. So
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
I thought Fulham was going to get something for that game, but I was surprised, and I watched the highlights, and Villa created a lot of chances.
Good win for them.
It could have been a lot more than the 2-1 on paper, so it was a good win for them. And the next one I was actually quite shocked with,
Newcastle.
but not shocked because I know they didn't have no strikers. But the Newcastle game, the 2-2. But then you watch the replay. I was watching the highlights, and obviously the first goal, the score was a mistake by the goalkeeper, which obviously doesn't. It's not a great start if you want to win. And then they got the penalty. You think they'll push on from there, and then Samayo scored a great goal. To be fair to him, but I was quite shocked that Bournemouth was able to get. I'm not shocked.
I think Newcastle, their injuries are telling now, aren't they? They're both of their strikers are missing, and Joe Linton's missing. So you're now bringing Gordon out of where he would normally play to play another. That means you have to bring some random. Bro, Matt Ritchie played.
That's how desperate they are.
That's what. Once Ritchie's on the pitch, you know things. You don't have the personnel at the moment.
Yeah.
Cool. Nah, fair enough.
Well, good thing they got Harvey Barnes back, so that's a plus.
Yeah. Did he start? He didn't start, did he? I don't think he's fit enough to start. He didn't start the game.
No, I don't think he did.
No. But yeah, it would be nice to get him starting games as well. And the problem obviously continues for West Ham. Like, look, obviously, even when they were winning,
It was a problem.
it was a problem.
yeah.
Now they're losing.
It's a calamity.
Right, I think they've got they're at home next week to someone. Is it Brentford? They need to win that because they lose at home to Brentford or even get a draw.
Yeah.
The fans are going to go mad. So
they'll carry Moyes out by themselves.
It is Brentford at home, and it's not going to be an easy game because also Brentford also picked up form as well. But yeah, that's not going to be an easy game.
Because the thing is, Brentford, they might need to win that game because they've got Man City next.
And they got Tony, bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they might lose
they would have lost to
Liverpool, Man City,
and they would have like, no, we need to win. So,
and Tony's going to give you a problem regardless, whatever day of the week it is. So
that's it. So, okay, but I think they should keep Moyes though.
Why?
No, but I actually think they should.
think they should keep Moyes.
They hate him. Me as Moyes, I would leave because they clearly just don't like him.
Yeah, and I get that. Okay, cool.
Spursy. Spursy being Spursy.
Yeah, I was shocked with this one as well. It just shows really like the fans are crying out loud when we get Son and Maddison back. Where like we'll be back on form on Song again, ready to compete for. Obviously, they're still in position to get top 4.
Yeah,
but I didn't see. And this, don't get me wrong, they're just always conceding.
So I think that's ultimately the issue, right? So that whole view of when we get Son and Maddison back, it doesn't change the fact that you play high risk football. And once you play high risk football, you can always lose, right? Ultimately, it's defense. A strong defense is a big platform for winning a title, right? You get your defense solid. You've got a good basis, right? Yeah. If you're shipping goals, you play a team like Wolves that are good on the transition. That means you can concede pretty much all the time. You play a team like Brighton that are good on the transition. That means you can concede all the time. But then that means your strikers have to score. Now you're saying it is necessary for you to score, which doesn't always happen. So it's the risk that you have of playing that high octane football. You get me? So
yeah, no, it's boy, we'll see. It's shaping up really nice for like that top 4 race in terms of obviously them and Villa. But obviously with us like an outsider now. I wouldn't say we'll obviously it's hard to. We need so much. We're not far, but we need so many things to go for us our way. You know, like if it's one team, fair enough. To get me, you just need 2. But it's 2, so we're going to need a lot of favours, and we also have to rely on us playing well, which we know that it's not always going to be the case. Although, despite us winning games, we know how volatile United are. So, anything can happen. But at least we've got some sort of race everywhere in terms of like. Race for the Premier League, race for the Champions League, relegation.
Apart from Burnley and Sheffield United.
So like it makes this is what the Premier League is all about, really. And obviously, I think did we touch on City and Chelsea?
No, not yet.
No, we didn't.
Yes, Chelsea could have.
Chelsea flopped.
They both could have scored a few. It could have been 4-4.
Yeah, it could have been exactly the same score as like.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah,
but Chelsea could have gone up like 2-0, like 2-3-0 before
silly.
even Man City scored. But
it was City.
It
was City.
Nicholas Jackson was just doing.
Because I didn't really care what the score was really when I was watching the game. I just wanted Haaland to score.
Yeah, I didn't really care. I just wanted Haaland not to score.
Because of my fantasy, whatever was happening, Chelsea score, don't score, I don't give a damn.
Just let Haaland.
Do you know what I'm saying? I just wanted Haaland to score. And then when he was missing the chances, I was thinking, what's the matter with you?
Because we watched the game together. I was over the moon.
I was over
the moon.
Just like, yes.
Yeah, no, I was over the moon.
Yeah. Everyone triple captain as well.
Yeah, no. All right. I mean, you used your triple captain already.
My triple? No, I didn't.
Oh, you still got it?
What the
your triple captain?
I still got it. I didn't.
So when we sat down for the match, obviously I was like, everyone's got triple captain. I was like, I was meant to use his but I somehow forgot. He just didn't do it at all, which is a brave call. I was
speaking to Ham as well. Ham didn't do it at all as well. So I'm just like, it was a brave call anyway. But the way I saw it is, I needed to catch the guy that's top.
Yeah.
So. I didn't, To be fair,
he used it as well.
He used it. And the thing is, either way, if I didn't use it and he used it and Ireland goes and bang, I'm already like 67 points behind you. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. So if I don't use it, I can't afford you to go.
He probably still is going to do the damage, but the reality now is that he might get 3 instead of 6. Which we thank God for. So
I was surprised about the scoreline. I thought they were going to be Chelsea, but that's the second game this season that they both drew, right? So 1-1. So obviously
you got to give Chelsea some credit. They defended well.
I think Finger played really. It's the best game I've seen in the Chelsea. Diassi, his name.
Diassi, yeah.
Best,
he was there for everything.
Everything. Best game.
Everything.
Everything. Like I just thought, if they was to keep. To be fair, I probably would have still given him man of the match, although it was 1-1.
Who did they give it to?
I don't know.
But he was solid.
He was solid. I think he was the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, I can't think of any
attackers. Taxes was a bit silly because they could have scored more. They were just indecisive, and that's what happens when you're not in a winning team. When you don't score much, you know what I mean, like those kind of goals that you think like Sterling's touch, and then was it Jackson?
Yeah, because one of them I was just like, what are you doing? You just go round the keeper. You just go round the keeper.
What? Yeah, it's just. Yeah, when you're not playing and you're not scoring,
you
like
think
you
for a bit too much. Yeah,
those kind of like opportunities. So it just wasn't great for the man. Obviously, City should have scored their chances as well.
Haaland could have scored.
Haaland could have scored 10.
Yeah. easy chances as well. But
But yeah, look, that's how it gets anyway. Obviously, those are the games yesterday, so we just obviously had the 2 games today, and Brighton obviously battered Sheffield United. I didn't watch the game, but you guys saying the tackle was bad for the red card.
Filthy.
Okay, you wanted to end someone's career.
Yeah.
And both of you are refs, so for you to say that, it must have...
Like,
he was dirty.
because I didn't see it live, so I think I
watching it,
heard it on the radio, them talking about it, and VAR. So, but then I got home before half time. So when they showed it, I was like, why is this even a debate? This like the distance from the floor was horrific.
It was like knee high.
He caught him on the thigh, didn't he? He caught him on his thigh.
He was dirty.
Yeah, it was dirty. So
obviously it looks worse in slow motion.
But it's crazy for you to even think to challenge like that.
Yeah,
why are you challenging like that in the first place?
Like, what's
It was
going
wild.
through your mind,
It was wild. It was wild.
Studs in everything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are you saying? They're gone? Down?
What, Sheffield?
Sheffield.
Oh, they've been
What
gone.
kind of question are you asking? What kind of question are you asking? You're confusing me.
They're gone, yeah.
Been gone.
Yeah, it's done.
All right, cool.
There's only one place left.
What's that?
Out of who's getting relegated.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you think? Yeah. I just they're playing tomorrow. They actually didn't pay. Oh, that's disgusting. Ooh. But he's always been bad,
just
man.
mad.
Even when he was at Everton, he was that bad, bro.
Yeah, it's just mad.
Dirty.
It's mad.
What was I gonna say?
What?
Palace. Obviously, I feel sorry for Roy because I think we're talking about Moyes earlier. I'm sure Roy didn't ask to stay for the season, bro. I don't understand why they asked him to sign one more year, and the poor man, they obviously ended
But
up
you could have
sacking
said
him.
no.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm 70 odd, and you come to me and say, "I'm gonna give you 10 bags a week if you just stay in this job,"
You stay.
I'm staying in the job.
At your age.
I'm staying in the job.
Because the thing is, what is he doing?
What is he
He's gonna be
doing?
bored. He's gonna be bored,
That's exactly what I was
you
saying
said.
yesterday. I was like, "He's gonna
Go
be
chill
bored,"
with Sir Alex,
and they're
bro.
giving you 10 bags a week.
bro. Even look at Sir Alex. Sir Alex is at every game, bro. It's like he's still got some sort of involvement.
He's
In,
not
like, I don't know
taking the
whatever role it
training.
is he plays at United, but I'm sure like it's still like
He's a director.
Roy,
At what cost though? Like,
But-
bruv, that's
Yeah, but he didn't think he was gonna die.
bro. Look, you can see the guy is like he's past it. Like, just look
Yeah.
at the bags under the guy.
He probably won't take any job after this.
Bro,
But yeah,
I was even saying at the beginning of the season, just looking at him, like even the stressfulness of trying to keep Palace in this.
He looks
in the
like
league
Biden.
last season. That's what I'm saying. Like that was stressful enough. Like okay, you know what? You came back, you kept them up, you've done your job. Bow down, head back. Like, but bro, come on, man. Your health, man. Come on.
and now he'll know. Now he'll know.
I hope he does.
No,
I hope
no.
that 10 bag that you're talking about. I hope he
No, they'll sack him, give him payoff, and he's gone.
cool.
just
Yeah, no, I feel so. In terms of the new manager, is it Frankfurt or what club did he manage?
Oh, one of those German.
One of the
Freiburg,
German-
Frankfurt.
I don't
one of
really
them.
know much
I
about
don't know
him.
him. I don't
So
know
we'll
much
see
about him.
what he does anyway with the team. As long as he just keeps them up, but it's like look, it's him taking the job. They must promise him money in the summer. Hopefully they stay up because I don't think Eze or Elise is going to be there come
Yeah.
next season.
Oh,
So
definitely
Not both of them.
yeah, so it's, at least one of them is
Yeah,
definitely
at least
going.
one of them.
So he has to be prepared to build that team again
Yeah.
because they're not going to get both of them staying.
I can see both of them going.
Oh, but I can
see
definitely.
both
Yeah, I
of
can
them
see both of them going. It will take a lot for both of them to stay. At least one of them's
One,
going.
yeah,
At least one.
100%.
All right, cool. Quickly, just let's touch on Bayern because Bayern's having a horrific time at the moment.
Damn.
Do you think they sack him soon, are they?
I'll expect them to. They might decide not to, but I don't know why they would decide not to. I expect it to happen.
Cool. In terms of the league, do you think the league is gone for them? 'Cause
I
how many
do.
points is that now?
I thought it was gone last week.
8. It's 8 points
Yeah,
now.
I thought it was gone. So when we were watching,
Yeah.
I think I said it was gone last week, and that was when it was 5.
5.
Now that it's 8, it's just confirmed even more. Because the problem is, it's not up to them anymore. They don't play Bayern, Leverkusen anymore.
Yeah.
So it's out of their hands totally.
And Leverkusen doesn't look like they're losing.
Yeah, so they're not playing. And that Leverkusen game, watching it, gosh.
Because we watched it together in here.
Yeah. Gosh, it was too much.
Oh.
So luckily they're not playing them anymore, but there's a gap. And I can't see Leverkusen dropping those points. And by now, are probably going to still drop more points. So, yeah. It was good. It was good. They've won bare in a row, so come back next season. They'll win it next season, so it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And lastly, before we go into the game, obviously, I think Klopp's come out in terms of like Xabi Alonso being the manager. I think he's given his thoughts, and you think he will be an ideal replacement. Do you think they go for him? Because the thing with Xavi is that he's one of my favorite players. Let's just put that out there. I love, not homo, whatever you want to put it. I love Xavi. The way he plays football, his understanding of the game, and I think you can see that in a way
He manages.
Because I think Shaka was talking the other day about differences between Xabi Alonso and Arteta, and he's just breaking down how they play. And he said Xavi always wants a 2 number 6 because he just wants to control the game. So those 2 number 6, so at all times, it doesn't matter if he's playing. He can play 5, he can play 4. So that's the difference in it. You're saying between Arteta, and Arteta can already he didn't say in those specific words, but Arteta's system works with 4-3-3, and then he's quite stubborn in his way that this is how you should play and blah blah. But whereas Xavi is quite versatile, but he always wants 2 anchors to control the game, and that's Xavi in it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what he does. But can he? I think for me personally, I don't know. It's because I'm judging him as a player. He's someone that understands the game, and he's so meticulous the way he plays football as a player. I feel like it will be the same as a manager. Do you think that it can translate that into Liverpool? The thing is, just one more thing before you go, is would you think Liverpool fans would want to play 5 at the back? Because eventually, although they play 5 at the back, them wingers are not staying back. Them wingers are not staying back. They're not, bro. I've never seen wingers have 1-on-1 as much time as those Leverkusen do. They're always getting chances.
All the
every
players that scored
game,
against Bayern, 3 goals, all from fullbacks.
Every single game, bro. The way they're positioned, always through on goal. I just never even see them come back. And I'm guessing that's why that 2 anchor is so important, innit? Because they can control the game, and 2, when you do go,
you step in.
They can step in.
Yeah.
So do you think he can do that at Liverpool?
What do you think?
I think you said whether Liverpool should go for him first. I think they will go for him. It'd be stupid not to.
Okay. Would you think that's their first choice, though?
I think so, yeah. I think right now, yeah, I mean, off the basis of what he's doing at Leverkusen, considering he was a Liverpool man as well, I think he kind of, all Liverpool fans would love him to go there. And I think it's just the ideal replacement. Do I want him to go there? Probably not. Is it too early? I think in his managerial career, it might be a bit too early for him, in my opinion. Because let's think about it. He's literally only had 1 season in Bayern Leverkusen. This is his first full season. The team that he was managing before, he was doing okay. But it's you're going to go off okay, he's had a good first season. Personally, if I was him, I'd be let me stay another season, establish myself as a good coach, show them what I can do so that it's not like a 1 season wonder kind of thing. And then you go to Liverpool. That's what I would say. But to go to Liverpool next season and because there's probably going to be a rebuild at Liverpool as well. I can see some players leaving here and there. Salah probably won't be there next season. Van Dijk is questionable. Trent, questionable. Do you know what I mean? It's it's going to be a rebuild. So it's a case of he's going to now start having to bring his players in, which he's going to have to do anyway. I think he'll do well at Liverpool, don't get me wrong. But I just think it might be too soon for him.
Yeah.
But Liverpool fans will definitely love him. I think he's their first choice, 100%.
Cool.
It'd be stupid not to go for him.
What are you saying, Adi? Same thing as obviously Yemi, should I go for him, and do you think he should go right now?
So football's hard. I think if they interview him and he says the right things outside of football, it's like when we said about the Gordon thing. They looked at his character.
Yeah.
They need to ask him the right questions to see whether he's an actual fit outside of the technical stuff.
Right. Okay.
But football's hard. You remember, I always used to say, from a player's point of view, is that if you have a good season, why not stay and cement it before you make a big move? But then I've realized that football changes a lot and that you may never ever get the opportunity again. So that was me realizing, because I'm always firm of build on your success, cement it and then move. But actually that opportunity may never.
Do you think that
happen
also
again.
works as a manager as well?
I think it could do. You might get a big move like Graham Potter now. You get a big move and now you're in oblivion. But to be honest, I prefer to be in oblivion and the payoff be from Liverpool than from Bayern Leverkusen. So I'm probably going to jump ship. But I do feel there's something about cementing, okay, we won the league, let's go into the Champions League with you guys. But sometimes when a team like Liverpool comes in, it's too hard to say no. But it is fundamentally different, right? So if he needs to look and say, okay, the way I played with this team, the personnel they've got, how many seasons will it take me to get? Because it's not just the tactics, it's the personnel as well.
Yeah.
You might join this team and your tactics are your tactics, but the personnel might not be able to get it straight away. Then you might need 8 new players. It might take 5 transfer windows for you to get all those players. So he needs to think about it properly, because might go to Liverpool, it doesn't work, and
then
it might drop a bit further than he would like.
Because just a quick one, because like when you was talking about whether to jump ship, because if you look at when Wenger was leaving Arsenal, Arteta actually interviewed for the job, but they didn't go for him.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, you're thinking, if they had gone for him, maybe it would have been a bit further up the process, but you never know. But they went for Emery and that never worked out.
Or it
And
might
now
have
they
been
went-
too hard, because to be honest, if a manager's been in place for a long time and you move it, it rocks hard. It's like when Ferguson left. Moyes is not a terrible manager, but you've just come into a juggernaut that's one man's been there for so long.
Yeah.
Arteta, Emery's not a bad manager, but he came to a place after Wenger that was just it was always going to be hard.
And that's why I was always like, and I think you guys just hit the nail on the head there, because I've always said, like, when Fergie left, as much as people won't like his football, I wanted Mourinho straight after Fergie. It wasn't because I think he's a great,
Because he'll just steady it.
he would just
firm.
steady it and just
Steady
say, and then someone that can take that pressure. There's when you someone as big as Fergie leaves a club, it's like it's not going to be the same, but it is going to be a massive hole
it's an
in
earthquake.
Liverpool.
It's an earthquake.
So it's like for you to go in straight away, and that might help Arteta that Emery went in first.
Yeah.
And maybe you might need that, but at the same, it can work, it kind of work. And I think the thing with Liverpool is it's the restrictions that he has to work with as well. You're not going to go into a team where that they're ready to spend all around the place. Look, everyone, they're not willing to spend. Their wage structure is restricted.
restricted. And we've already spent.
We spent
last few seasons.
so it's like it's gonna be hard, because what's gonna end up happening, as you say, those top players, if they need to decide whether they want to stay or
I'll be very
not.
surprised if Salah stays. I'll be
Salah,
very
that's
surprised.
Yeah, Salah's probably gonna go.
Van Dijk probably say it's my one chance to leave now. It's probably
And
that
then
time, yeah.
we're talking about Real Madrid with the super squad that they're building.
Yeah.
Van Dijk is in his final year
Yeah.
a contract. You're gonna
Last
get more
big
money.
contract.
Money,
Yeah.
like Liverpool's not gonna give you what
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is gonna give you. He's gonna be probably thinking, what can I do with that Real Madrid squad? How many Champions League? Whatever it is he's thinking right now. There's opportunity.
And
is
if it's
there.
money, you go to PSG.
Yeah.
PSG.
They're losing their big name. Let me go.
Exactly.
Let me go. And
Trent,
get
even-
money.
yeah.
Salah might go PSG.
Trent the same. I think out of all three, Trent is probably more likely to save just
To
because
stay, yeah,
he's
he's a
from
Liverpool
Liverpool.
boy, yeah.
He's a Liverpool boy, but it is gonna be a tricky one. And if he goes there, and obviously, if they have the patience for him, then great. If not, because the Premier League is not easy, but you're not just gonna go, especially if you lose those players that we're talking about now, because a lot of them are going into the final year of contract.
Liverpool fans are a bit calmer in terms of, I feel as if they'll give them a bit more time than other fans. So
Yeah. So yeah, look, we'll see anyway. We'll see how that gets on. It's an interesting one that we obviously will keep an eye on as we go on. All right, cool. Super fan, are you good to go?
Go on.
All right, cool.
Aye.
As I told you, I've
Don't
already
embarrass
told
me.
you the expectation that Hammer set for you, and don't
No
let him
pressure,
no pressure at all. Ade, if you can just do the
just
Yeah,
one-
yeah.
if I don't get
Let
one.
me know when to
Alright,
start.
cool.
man.
I don't know. I think it's Rob that's currently leading the
Yeah, the leader.
the leaderboard.
Oh, snap.
I don't know. So what it is 10 questions, 1 point per question. But the final question, the last one, you have the opportunity to get 5.
Multiple, yeah.
Okay.
Depending on how quick you answer the question. I'll give you
sick.
clues. So there'll be 5 clues. The quicker you answer it, the more points you get. So you get the first. If you get within the first clue, you get 5 points basically.
Okay.
There's no timer, but the quicker you answer the question,
It'll
The
be a
more
tie break.
questions.
It'll be
Yeah.
a tie break, basically.
no,
Right,
there's no
okay.
more question. There's only 10. So it'll be a tie. Let's say if you get the same amount as
Rob.
Rob,
And you did it on a faster time.
if you're
then
doing it
you'll be ahead
faster
of him.
time, you'll be ahead of him on the table. So
Alright,
cool.
cool.
And lastly, you get lifeline. So you got 2 lifeline. Normally is Ham and Ade, but only Ade's here. So
And I ain't answering nothing about Arsenal.
if you don't know,
I'll tell you
if you don't know anything you want to
Yeah,
ask him,
yeah.
you can use him.
Alright,
But obviously your time is still going to be running.
Okay.
Then yeah, all good to go.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let me know. You start for the internet warriors, whatever you want to call it. If the answer I give is wrong, then it's wrong.
So you usually never know the answer.
No, but I do know. I do know. But obviously, if you go home, you want to contest it, send it to our helpline.
Or write it down and then
Or
throw it in
write
the bin.
So we're good to go. Ade, once you start the timer, let me know,
Alright,
and
ready,
I'll start the question.
steady, go.
Oh, cool. What area were Arsenal based before moving to Highbury, North London?
Woolwich.
Cool. Who is Arsenal's top scorer this season in the Premier League?
This season. Saka.
How many goals?
Oh, because he just scored. I think it's
Bear in
9
mind-
goals. No.
Keep going.
Henry is Arsenal all-time top goal scorer. How many goals did he score?
For the club or Premier League?
All time. All time.
Oh, mate. Is it 249?
Second top all-time scorer for Arsenal. Who's the second all-time scorer for Arsenal?
Second. Oh, mate.
Ade's there for help, or you don't want to wait.
No, hold on. Second all time. Oh, shit.
But man, you got the timer as well.
I'll give you a Spurs player.
I
You
don't
want to
know.
pass it?
Wait,
Don't pass it to me if you don't know it.
no. I don't know. Pass
Ade,
it.
do you want to answer for him? Do you know? Give it an
I was
answer
going to say
quickly.
Ian Wright, but it's probably wrong.
You're right.
Yeah.
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 Two-
I was like, shit, Ian Wright.
Yeah. Name 2 players that play for Arsenal and Manchester United.
Van Persie, Sanchez.
Cool. How many times has Arsenal won the FA Cup?
14 times.
Name the manager after George Graham. The permanent manager. I think you have like
Wenger.
no.
Wait.
Okay,
After
no, cool.
George-
Yeah, George
Okay.
Graham. Okay, cool. You got it. All right. Name the 2 teams Henry played for after Arsenal.
Barcelona, Red Bulls.
You go. All right, cool. This is the last question. The first clue is who am I? Who am I? The first clue is I started off my career at Ajax. An Arsenal woman from Inter Milan.
Is it?
Do you want me to go for the
Ajax?
second clue? Do you want me to go for the second clue?
Vieira
No.
or Bergkamp?
Yeah, Bergkamp.
He's one of them. 'Cause I know.
Right, cool. Yeah. So So let me see. Which one did you get wrong?
Keep double guessing
So
myself.
you got
I knew it was Bergkamp,
you got the
but-
first one right. Second Saka right. Saka's got 12 goals. You put what did you say? 9.
9.
All time score 377. Thierry.
300. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Ian Wright, you basically got Ian Wright right. That's 3. 2 players, yeah, you got that. It's 4. How many times have you won? 5, yeah, 14. Arsenal manager is Bruce Rios, or whatever his name is. So 2, yeah, you got that. That's 6.
Yeah, you allowed him with that one because you said Red Bull. There are like 6 Red Bull teams. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
just,
yeah,
we'll just
I allow
for
you
that
because
one.
it's New York.
Yeah,
we'll just
yeah,
allow you.
I allow you. And then last one, you got that in 5 as well. So which is
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp. So what was that? So 6. So that's 11. Yeah, he got it with the first school, so that's 11. So
bad.
I'll go and check what Rob has got. I don't know from the top of my head, but it does seem like you got more than Rob. But I'll check.
We'll see. I'm not. I'm not.
I didn't embarrass you, Ham.
I'm not.
So it's
You might not have got more than Rob.
Probably not.
You
but-
might not, but I'll check anyway. All right, cool. Look, bro, thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you.
I don't think you done any Arsenal fans proud in that quiz, but
I allow it.
well, you tried.
I was just double guessing myself.
Yeah, but
especially
yeah,
Ian
you're
Wright,
the-
Bergkamp.
That Ian Wright one, yeah, you should definitely.
That was the first thing I was like, but I started double guessing myself. But
To be honest, there's bare pressure because you just don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah,
so
he
it's
doesn't
hard.
want to get it. No, it's fine anyway. Like, it's only a bit of fun anyway. We're just trying something like just
Yeah,
for
man.
our guests when they come on. All right, cool. People, thanks so much for listening. I think I say this and we'll miss next week, but we won't miss next week.
No, we won't.
We should be back.
The only reason I'll miss next week, Ashworth just called me, so I might miss to see him.
So we'll be back next week. Please make sure you subscribe. Share this with friends and family. If you're all Yemi's friends, please, Yemi, send it to all your friends to subscribe.
Yep.
Follow Yemi on the social, the Arsenal guy, whatever it is.
Manny Laws on Instagram.
If you want Bants, you definitely need to follow him. He's a super fan. But cool. We out.
Peace.